Welcome to A&H. Today we are gonna present a bunch of stats, player stats, specifically Lamine Yamal stats.
Let's see what's popping. Okay,
More
then.
than a wide player and 17 touches
And then,
in the opposition box. Again, that was the highest in the game. Incredibly high number.
right there.
Simone Inzaghi, the Inter boss, talked about doubling up on him not being enough. But another big problem was that they just couldn't stop the ball from getting to him. Barcelona were really good at getting the ball to him, and we can see his touches in this touch map here, and it just shows you, almost all of them came in this area here where he is most effective. Picking the ball up on the right, cutting inside onto his left foot as he did for the goal, and doing so much damage on that right hand side of the box. 17 touches in there, a quite incredible number, and of course he ended up with a decisive contribution.
For this one, they really put a derpy picture of him.
I know, huh?
He looks mad old in this one. The first stats is pretty good. He has like a bunch of touches and stuff.
Appearance for Barcelona as well, which is incredible at his age. Only 17 years and 291 days old. So he's the youngest Barcelona player ever to reach 100
This one is
appearances.
crazy
So yeah, a
because
historic night for him. Another one. And just a reminder,
all these players except Bojan are still playing. They're current players. That's how young and how much of a future Barca has.
Yeah. Pedri, yeah.
of the incredible potential he has.
He does, and you just wonder where he's going to go on, what records he's going to break. A debate if he
But
is
I
the
think
best
Ansu
player
Fati goes by Ansu Fail, no?
in the world at the moment at just 17. It's fair to say he's definitely going to be at some point.
Well, he's well
This
on
one.
track, isn't he?
Let's
I
look
mean,
at
it's
this
just
one.
incredible to think of where he is now compared to previous superstars at
This
this
is the
age, and
one
that's
I
what we
want to
see
talk
in
about.
this graphic here. So we have Ronaldo
All right,
and
let's
Messi
see.
at 17, and you can see that Ronaldo was on 19 appearances. He was playing for Sporting in Portugal at the time, 5 goals, 4 assists for him. Messi had actually only made 9 appearances at this point, only 1 goal for him. You then compare that to Yamal, 100 appearances, 22 goals there, 33 assists. So, yeah.
Damn, what do you think? The new
That is
GOAT?
insane. We always talk about Ronaldo and Messi on this channel, and we compare players to them all the time. And now this is a comparison at 17. The two GOATs at 17 versus Yamal at 17.
You know, when Messi and Ronaldo were still in Europe or active, I should say, more active, not like right now in the Middle East and MLS or America, I should say. I think we're like, yeah, no one's gonna catch up to them. Then Mbappe was really young success and World Cup winner, but that's as much as he went. Right, he didn't do much with club. I mean, he did do with club because he went to Champions League finals, but he didn't won major trophies with the club. And then Haaland was getting close in goals. I mean, he was like a super fast ray of passing them, and then all of a sudden stopped. But we talked about it in this channel where we said Mbappe and Haaland are not gonna keep up, and so far we've been right, but no one watches us. Jamal, I think it's a little different because he's 17 and look everything he's doing. You know, unlike Mbappe, he was not just doing it at the World Cup or with France. And you know, France was a stat team also. He was doing it at PSG, but it was in the French league, and it was not. Again, they didn't really win anything other than the league. You know, not many people brag about winning the French league. La Liga, any team could brag because they could say they took it away from Madrid, right? So that's basically in La Liga. But I don't think until Jamal came along, if he keeps this up, he could actually pass them. And I'm talking about in titles and winning major trophies, right? In goals, I don't think so, just because he doesn't score that much. I mean, he still has a lot to go, so he could. He technically could, but at the moment he's not scoring a lot, but he scored bangers.
To put it into perspective, both
And this is a crazy stat.
Ronaldo and Messi combined at 17 does not even come close to Yamal's stats at 17. 19 appearance, Messi 9. Yamal 100 goals, Ronaldo 5, Messi 1, Yamal 22. And assists, way off.
Okay, maybe people are gonna hate me for saying this, but is it fair to say, and again, I don't really think Messi and Ronaldo were at Jamal's level at their age. I really don't think that Cristiano and Messi's era was way more competitive players and tougher defenders, or that doesn't really matter.
That's the thing, you know? I would say the same thing, but then
I mean, his stats is crazy regardless. Like, we can't take that any credit away from him because that's crazy.
I still don't know because the generation that they played in, they being Ronaldo and Messi, I felt like their teams and the players were much higher caliber. And so it was kind of harder for them to start.
Yeah. I mean, and teams around Europe were like much, much stronger than today, in my opinion.
But it's
You
hard
know,
to argue because people say, oh, Pele and them are the GOAT in the past because the football is way different. They're rougher and the field was worse and then this and that.
I get your point, but I do feel that it's more comparison of Jamal, Messi, and Ronaldo than Messi, Ronaldo, and Pele. Because Pele was, like we said, the turf wasn't that good, but also enough size weren't enough size. And that is hard to compare. This is also hard to compare, but I feel like it could be a little more comparable.
Because I feel like comparing different generations, people are always going to have some sort of excuse or whatever for one player over the other, you know,
Yeah.
that are in different generations.
And Messi and Ronaldo also knocked down. I don't know if that's the correct word to say this, but like people would always criticize them because Messi and Ronaldo were not known for doing good with their national team until like their late 20s or early 30s. They had goals, they had assists, but they were not like winning nothing. Well, Messi did win like, international trophies when it comes to the gold medal and stuff like that, but with the big national team, they were really not known for winning. And then Jamal, on the other hand, I think he's doing well with both club and country at this young age.
Definitely. This might be like an unpopular opinion, but I feel like at that age, what they're comparing, Ronaldo and Messi were better skill-wise compared to Yamal. Not saying Yamal isn't good, but Ronaldo and Messi were talented, like a lot more talented.
I do think them two were better when it came to ball control. Ronaldo at his young age was more dribbler than anything, juking everyone. Messi is always known for that. Jamal at the moment, I think he's reaching that level. And he was always joking people. But if I don't know, you pay attention to the recent games, recently against Inter Milan, where I was like, oh dang, he's juking. Like he reminded me of Messi with doing that. I'm not saying he was doing it like Messi and all that, but at that he was reminding me like Messi. And then to enter this game against Valladolid, was it Valladolid who they played? I think it was Valladolid. He was juking people the same way. I was like, dang, I haven't seen a player in a while who would juke that many players. If he keeps that up and if he scores a lot of goals, I do think he's gonna surpass them. Again, it's too soon to tell. Not fair to compare him at the moment, but for being 17 and being at the top, that's pretty insane. But he's not Ballon d'Or contender as much as Rafinha is.
When the Italian legend Inter Milan coach Inzaghi said putting two players on him is not enough, that explains a lot.
My only fear is if PSG buys him.
I just hope he doesn't get a major injury that will
Yeah,
set him back.
he's really carrying Barca. I mean, the whole team is. Rafinha has his moments, but and Yamal also was turned off for a while until the Real Madrid game. He's pretty on a hot one right now.
Yeah,
So we'll see. Hopefully he continues that. It's good for Barca. I mean, I love watching him play. I mean, we already criticized him here in this channel, saying how he misses a lot of easy chances. He scores bangers, he jukes people. But once he perfects the scoring, especially at close range and makes scoring easy, that's when he's gonna really take off. And correct me if I'm wrong, Anthony. I think his weakness comparing him to Messi and Ronaldo at the moment, and I'm speaking about skill wise. I'm not talking about, who's how good they are or anything like that. I'm talking about skill. I think one thing that Messi and Ronaldo were good at too were that they were both known for also juking with both legs and scoring with both legs. Jamal could definitely do it because he has done it with his weaker leg. But so far, he looks like all his jukes. If he's not in the left side or in the right side, going in with his left, and maybe over time he'll improve it too. But so far, it looks like that's the only way he could juke people. He has to be on the right side and going in with his left. There, he can't really play anywhere else. He could play that whole line. I mean, and you saw the map. He could play defender, middle, forward, like running in that area. But once he goes to the right going in, he can't do that there. And at
But
the moment, I haven't really see him done much with his right leg, except for that great goal against Madrid in the first game.
he is 17 and he has a lot of time to work on everything. As long as he works hard and keeps on like pushing for it, it'll be great. Another thing I want to bring up is that the Barcelona squad when Messi played for Barcelona, or Messi at 17 for Barcelona and Yamal at 17 for Barcelona. There's more of a chance for Yamal to start with this current Barcelona team than the past. And it shows it 100 appearances at 17.
Who was the goal at that time? Ronaldinho.
Exactly.
I mean, the best way to put it is, let's say Jamal was in Messi's era, where he had played with Barcelona having Iniesta, Xavi, Eto'o, Thierry Henry, Messi. Was they had Busquets? Because I feel like Jamal plays a little bit like Boyan, and Boyan was great. Like, don't get me wrong, Boyan was a great talent, but even with his talent, it was hard to make it in that Barcelona.
I would say no, he wouldn't be starting as many games or making as many appearances.
He's 17, so if we're doing based on stats, he's better than Messi and Ronaldo. Is he gonna be better than them in the future? Not sure, but he's definitely has great talent and great potential.
And for simplicity, I want to put it like this way. In the front line as in left wing, right wing, and striker, who gives Yamal competition in his position? Basically no one, right? Well, before it was Rafinha, but now he gets moved to the left or kind of more central too. But other than that, I don't really see anybody like a backup or like giving him competition.
Yeah, no, I think that's one of the things. But if it wasn't for his stats, I don't think we'd be having this conversation. Like let's say he had 100 appearances, okay, whatever. But I think it's the fact that he has 22 goals and 33 assists. Again, I do think teams are much weaker than the golden era, but it's unfair to say that to Jamal who's 17 and is proving all these teams wrong or proving himself against big teams as well. Like he's been scoring on Real Madrid or giving assists against Real Madrid. Despite Madrid not being the strongest at the moment, Real Madrid is always Real Madrid. And against Inter Milan too. The one that really surprised me was I think the first game against Madrid during the season where he scored that banger with his right leg, and this game against Inter Milan.
And in terms of quality, I feel like he's a little bit lucky not to play against elite defenders like back then, say like Maldini, Cannavaro, Lucio, even Sergio Ramos.
Well, and let's be honest, Sergio Ramos was one of the weakest compared to those that you mentioned. He became much better over time and became a legend. But what? Compared to those guys, Gattuso. But like I said, he has been proving himself against Real Madrid, Atletico de Madrid, and Inter Milan. So I think he keeps proving that he's gonna definitely be probably Ballon d'Or in the next year or the next 2 years, considering that Barca also wins. Because if they don't win, that kind of gets taken off Ballon d'Or.